descending. Oh, you gotta hit the ground. Ain't no chain gonna hold me down. Dig deep, feel the burn. I've got a calling, so watch and learn. I heard a voice of this broken hymn saying, "I'm not, this is who I am." I know you ain't there yet. Don't stop to catch your breath. You're going higher, 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 higher. Let go, set me free. Got the streets all I need. We're going higher, 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 higher. Oh, keep running. Oh, keep running. Oh, keep running. Reach out, reach out. Oh, keep running. Oh, keep running. Oh, keep running. Reach out, reach out. Boom, boom, can you feel the flame?
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today's game will feature a team that loves getting it done through the air. The Saints are top 10 in passing TDs, and they'll go against the Panthers, who are very aware of what they'll be dealing with.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Carolina Panthers. Now the rookie out of Tennessee. This is Alvin Kamara. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which has...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Here's Hill. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Still fighting. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. Second down. Zach Line with it, the fullback. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Nice job there defensively on third down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
Throwing on third down, Hill. Being chased out left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big 1st down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
try the air now with Hill. The quick slant caught, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Ted Ginn scoring a touchdown against his former mates. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. And the D looking like they may blitz. On first down, it's Newton. Funches with a catch over the middle. And a big hit at the end of that one. He's knocked down hard. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. Well, other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
They'll try the air now with Newton. Throwing the slant pattern here complete. And he's brought down. Newton finding Funches for the Panther first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On second down, here's Newton. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now Newton. Caught left side by Cobb. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. To the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey down to the 25. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Here's Newton now on second down. And caught left side, Olsen. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Greg Olsen, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. We remind you, coming up later tonight, we got a good NFC battle. The Eagles and Seahawks from Seattle, coverage starting at 8:30 Eastern. And tomorrow we'll put a bow on Week 13 with an AFC North matchup between the Steelers and the Bengals from Cincinnati.
A hard-hitting battle right there.
Hill on first down. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They stay on the ground. This time it's Stewart. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. So now off goes Newton, and on comes the kicker, Graham Gano. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He sets to fire and got his man complete. 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. Tyler Boyd, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Saints have taken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And
they get to Newton and take him down for the sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. To throw on second down is Newton. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Greg Olsen, 82 yards. And the Panthers strike quickly here for 6 points. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Gano out to kick this one away. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara. Third down here. They'll fake the handoff. Now Hill. He's got his man, Boyd. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A very solid gain of 27. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Here's Hill now on second down. He's going to air one out. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Adams. Room here to run. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. And a great spot to start this drive from here. Now following the interception, here's Newton. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start. To throw on second down, Newton. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up. No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad. Yeah. They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points. Defense showing blitz.
Third and long. It's Newton. Throw left side complete. It's Cobb. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
Those really long field goals, when they are made, they are things of beauty. But there is a danger to getting them started, isn't there?
Yeah, with that low drive, you've got to really keep it low to the ground, don't you, to get that distance?
Yeah, hard to just pop it up in the air because otherwise it's not going to get there. So he's got to drive it low in order to have the distance, and that usually puts it in jeopardy, gives him a chance to block it, and everyone knows it on the other side. That's when you get your best jumpers on the other side of the field and try and get up and get it.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down.
Let's go.
Throwing again. Hill. Again has it complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Off of play action. Hill. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a fourth down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, first down. Meanwhile, on the NFL scoreboard, a game going on in Chicago. And that one for the 49ers, now a 2-touchdown advantage. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And not great starting field position here for the offense. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. And the Saints signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Around the NFL, second quarter in Chicago. And the 49ers are out to the early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. So we come upon halftime, intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry, so both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters, as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Newton. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Alex Okafor in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Now it's Ginn. Wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
I'm not quite sure how he wasn't able to hold on to that one in the end zone. A great opportunity lost, but a lot of relief for the defensive guys. When they get into film next week, they're going to want to know what happened. Where was the breakdown that almost allowed a touchdown?
Caught on the left side by Ginn. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Now it's Hill. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. A give to Kamara running right. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
Now Hill. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. It's up and good to make it 21-17. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Carolina getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And this is incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, all receivers are trying to make sure that the defender thinks they're going to the middle of the field when they're running the out cut. On that play, didn't get it done very well because that one was batted down.
Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. On 1st and 10, Hill. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but, boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
Airing one out for Boyd. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice, able to get a hand in and tip it away.
So now on 4th down, Sean Payton's going to turn it over to the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Yeah, the defense definitely showing blitz here. On 1st down, Newton. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Looking to throw on second down. Newton under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Well, it's apparent that these guys are getting after it right from the opening kickoff. They roll right downfield and score on their first possession. And here on defense, back-to-back sacks. Someone is ready to play.
Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the fourth and final quarter of play. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Throwing on third and long. Newton. Airing it out for Olsen. And that's caught inside the 30. A big third down play there for the Panthers. 45 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Here's Newton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cobb. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead here in the fourth. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Gano out to kick this one away. The Saints coming out now to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And it's second down. To throw again. Hill. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Hill on third down. Escaping the pressure right. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Here we go. 3-19. Over. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Now Hill looking to throw on first. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Hill going back to the air on second down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And a loose football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They go with a fullback line. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the 4th with the football.
Here we go.
On first down, it's Hill. Eluding the pressure right. Got some real estate inside the 30. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
10 more there and another first down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to do what we call flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this.
Detroit! Detroit! Here we go now! Detroit! Detroit!
He's back to throw. Flush to his, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Julius Peppers in there for a milestone sack, number 150 in his great career as he continues to climb the all-time leaderboard. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Now let's go! Green!
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And Lutz's kick is good. And we are all tied here in the final stages. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Carolina getting set to take the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Caught left side by Cobb. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Well, that's a good first step, but several steps still to go.
They still have time for the possible game-winning field goal. Time for them to be quick and hurry at the same time.
On second down, McCaffrey. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
So just about a minute to go here, tie ball game.
As fans, we love free football, but the guys in the field don't. They're going to attack and go for the win right now.
Newton to throw. Got a man. It's the rookie Curtis Samuel. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Newton. Funches with a catch over the middle. And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
So it all comes down to the right foot of Graham Gano. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So it all comes down to the right foot of Graham Gano. This from long, very long range. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Now a first throw here in overtime. Flushed out right. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 39. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Play fake here on first down. And that's incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Dancing to his left. And some space here. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. That good for 19 and a first down. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right, you don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to him.
And now this first drive in OT continues. Kamara. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And they need 5 yards on 3rd down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive.
Hurry up, here we go.
There's Hill. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Julius Peppers in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. Here's Thomas Morstead now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. And he's taken down here by the Saints. And the Saints signal for another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Newton. Hard throw, incomplete. I know there may be temptation to go for it here in overtime, but you have to punt the football.
I like how emphatic you are about it because I know the tendency is, as a player, let's go get this thing. You're actually telling your coach, come on, coach, we can get it. We have that play call. And the head coach has to remember, that play call likely isn't there. Punt the ball away. Punt it away. Be smart.
Trust your defense.
Trust them.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Hill. It's brought in right side by Ginn. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Fresh set of downs here. Play fake. Hill. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. Now the timeout comes here. In the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. Now the timeout comes here. In the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for New Orleans, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, it's a tough one to swallow as they drop back to 8-4 on the year. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings.